cycle of birth and death, birth and death, birth and death keeps continuing. This civilization expanded, exploded spiritually. Understand? Today, we are going to be touching this very sensitive topic about death. Something that which all of us know definitely it's going to happen, but which we all continue to believe as if we are not going to go through it. Like we don't even remember it. You start remembering about death in the old age. But we're not talking about getting powerless and, like for me, this word death used to frighten me. Like really frighten me. I used to never be able to even hear that word. But this is something that all of us are going to at one point experience in our life. When you understand the secret of death, you will go beyond the process of dying. Even during your death, you will be living. Otherwise, when you do not have the right understanding of death, even when you are living, you are only preparing yourself for death. Understand? All the fears you have in your life are rooted with one fear, the fear of death. Because that is the root of all the anxieties, phobias, fears that we carry. And today, we are going to be learning the secret, sacred science of what is death, how to overcome the fear of death, and how you can conquer death, how to live beyond death, how to experience the state of Jeeva Samadhi.
Swamiji always says, death is not a full stop, it's only a comma. And this is one of my most favorite quotes. I've repeated it like n number of times. I had the joy of repeating it. Who does not every dying, who knows what death is, even through death he lives. Understanding about death is very important because we all have death is like that unfriendly or a scary concept in our life. But it's one of the most profound things that one can experience. The understandings that you have about death, the experience, the cognitions that you have about death, and all the incompletions, everything is going to be healed today, and you're going to be redefining. You're going to be like laying the path for your graceful exit from planet Earth. When you leave, you will leave in such a grace that even death will be a celebration for you. That is what we are going to be learning today, and hope all of you are going to have a good time and learn a lot of powerful cognitions. So let's get started.
I just want to tell one thing. This is not about being life negative. This is not about experiencing death. No. It's not that. It is overcoming the fear of death by doing a conscious death process. Understand, Hinduism does not promote suicide. Suicide, Atmahatya, is banned in Hinduism. We are not even allowed to think in that direction. We are not allowed. Death and getting the right understanding of death will only liberate you from the cognitions, fears that you have, phobias that you have developed in your life. So now, without further ado, let's enter into the very first session. The first session we're going to be entering into is learning about Maharloka. Each day we're actually learning about different lokas or different samadhis. Today we are going to be learning about Maharloka, the largest loka in the universe. Because today we're also going to be receiving the initiation into Akashic readings. So the Maharloka is the loka, the abode, where we have 14 planes of existence. We have learned about it in the first 2-3 days of the program. How there is like horizontal time zones, there are vertical time zones. Now, in these vertical time zones, there are 14 planes of existence. whatever universe that we know of, there's only one plane, which is the Bhuloka. There are 7 planes above, 7 planes below. So in that, one of the lokas above is called as Maharloka. Now Swamiji is going to be explaining about what is the Maharloka. So let's all listen to the revelation now from Swamiji.
Suvarloka is like absolute peace and joy and all upgraded life than planet Earth. Maharloka is much higher than Suvarloka. Higher level beings go there. When I utter the word higher level beings, don't have self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial. Whether you are qualified, are you higher level being? Please be very clear. Let me make it very clear. Even if you have broken only one pattern due to the cognition, Swamiji is Paramashiva. He told me, so I will listen to him and break this pattern with this powerful cognition. Even if you have broken one pattern, it may be dropping non-vegetarian or dropping this obsessive compulsive disorder or dropping the postponing pattern or dropping the laziness in the morning, early morning laziness, or dropping your shyness, dropping your fear to speak in public, even any one pattern, if you have dropped, cognizing my Paramashivatva, because Swamiji is Paramashiva, I should listen to him than to my patterns. With this cognition, even if you broke only one pattern, you are qualified for the initiation. You are qualified to be airlifted, conscious lifted to higher lokas. You are qualified to be fueled, empowered with the Tejas, Ojas and Kundalini Shakti to get into the Swargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Brahmaloka, Kailasa itself, Mahakailasa itself. Above the Brahmaloka is Parandama, Vaikunta. Then above the Vaikunta is the space where the Kailasa, and above the Kailasa, Mahakailasa exists. So even if you have broken one pattern, you are already initiated. You have qualification to be fueled, empowered, awakened with ojas kundalini. Drop the self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial. Oh, in the energy session, one person came to me, Swamiji, give me life memory. He wanted to know what he was in the past life and the past life memory. He has attended a meditation class. So end of the class, those days the physical energy session. So it was a physical hug. He asked, he wants to know his fun to reveal his memories to him. I just asked him, today you did completion. He actually attended a program, so he was going through the completion session. He was just crying, pouring during the completion. I asked, why were he said, my from the young age, heavy on me. I am not able to handle it. I laughed at him. He was maybe 40-year-old person, roughly 40. I told, just your 40 years of memory you are not able to handle. So the past life memory, how will you handle? Don't you see you will go mad? He said, yes, Swamiji. And he just left saying, yes, yes, I don't want past life memory and all, you are right. And he left. I want all of you to know what he did is wrong. Listen carefully. When he asked me, he wants to know about his past life, he was not wrong. But when I told him, will you be able to handle that memory? And he gave up, is wrong. He should have asked me, Swamiji, tell me how I can handle the large memory. Listen. Ability to handle large information without getting personally attached to it is Chitta Suddhi, means purity of mind, memory. Purity of the mind takes you to Maharloka and opens up the Akashic records immediately. Listen. Listen carefully. I am not teaching you any self-development shit. No, I don't believe in that. I am teaching you method to connect with Maharloka. Maharloka means Mahaloka, that largest universe, and have access to all the knowledge of cosmos. Listen, but I am not teaching you completion for any frictionless existence. I am teaching you completion to connect with Mahaloka, Maharloka. To have access to Akashic records. Listen carefully. Understand? Listen carefully. Handling large amount of material without personal attachment to the information is chitta suddhi. So much of abuse and attack goes on me, but I never get hurt by any of those words uttered. So much people praise me. Oh, you are Paramashiva, you are this, you are that. I never get attached or get elated towards the utter. I simply see how each person can be helped from the level they are. Understand? How each person can be helped. My mission is very clear. Make your vision for life clear. Do not allow cheap people's strong words, good or bad. Listen carefully. Cheap people's strong words, whether good words towards you or bad words towards you, do not give respect for it. From right person, even if it's a good word or bad word, give complete attention to it. Let me repeat. Ability to handle large memory. This comes by non-agitated, non-violent, non-reactionary, paramashanta inner space. Listen. Who wants you to expand and grow is a good person. Who wants you to fail is a cheap person. Anyone who has become successful will only want you also to be successful. Anyone who has wasted their life will not know how to become successful, and they will not expect you to be successful, and they do not know how to be successful. Listen. More and more peace inside you, more and more past memories will be awakened, more and more peace inside you, more and more Akashic records will be opened, more and more peace inside you, more and more Maharloka will open. Only every day your sleeping time should be the time for deep completion. You see, before falling asleep, you develop the habit of doing completion for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, till you fall asleep. Even if you are tossing on the bed, just practice completion, do completion. Your breathing will be aligned towards deep sleep and you will fall asleep. If you do completion and fall asleep, the peace inside you will become like a, how the ice becomes intense spatika. Same way the peace inside Amashanta. Listen. Ice. For a long time, if it was not disturbed, if it did not melt down, it will get solidified and that becomes spatika. Ice added with a quality of carbon becomes spatika linga, spatika stone. If you received Atma Linga, you will know that is spatika actually. Spatika is mix of ice and carbon. The right proportion of ice and carbon is spatika. Listen. Is getting solidified becomes spatika. The peace getting solidified will become paramashanta. One of the greatest achievement human beings should do in their life is this paramashanta. In this world created Shanta. Other times you can do completion, but before going to the sleep, it should be compulsory, so that the peace gets solidified inside you, like it becomes a rock of peace on which you can stand forever. Your being becomes like a spatika linga. Now, whatever I introduced about Akashic records and Maharloka, please type. Then I'll take you to the next step. Oh, listen. I'll repeat again. Listen. Whenever the memories come up in you, when you get personally attached to it, you flare up. One bad word uttered by your father or mother or uncle 10 years before, still you flare up and suffer for it. Listen carefully. One disrespect done to you 20 years before in some friends meeting or family gathering, even now you remember and flare up. This is what I call getting personally attached to memories. I'll tell you one story. When you hear somebody else got disrespected, you don't flare up. But when you feel people who are your own or you are disrespected, you just flare up. This flaring up due to personal attachment reduces your ability to live. Listen carefully. Your freedom is not your ability to physically travel where you want. Your freedom is your ability to mentally travel freely without getting agitated by your inner violence and personal attachment with memories. Listen. This is the right definition of freedom. Freedom means your ability to travel freely, mentally, without getting agitated, suffocated, through attachment with your memories. Many of you cannot travel peacefully, mentally more than 60 seconds. Seconds only is your freedom, not more than that. How many of you are understanding what I am saying? 60-second maximum freedom. Actually, the freedom should not be calculated in the length, but it should be calculated in the time. Freedom should not be calculated in meter, kilometer, unit. It should be calculated second, millisecond, minute, unit. It should be calculated in time unit. How many of you understand this? Every second minute, third minute, you get agitated, irritated, reaction starts inside you. Whether you get triggered from outside or in your own memories trigger due to your personal attachment to your memories. Past informations triggers. How many of you understand that? Now, all of you take a few minutes and type what I explained now. Your freedom should be measured on time, not on meter. It is not your ability to move around. It should not be measured by the ability to move around, number of meters, kilometers, all that. Your ability to move the world around, to move the things around you is the freedom. I don't move even out of the room I am staying, but I move the whole world. So, freedom should be measured not on meters, but on minutes. The whole shift needs to happen about measuring the freedom. The number of seconds you are able to freely handle your memories in the inner space without getting triggered, agitated, irritated, frustrated, suffocated, pain. That many seconds you are free. Freedom should be measured on seconds, not on meters. Not on meters, but on minutes. You are all measuring the freedom based on the meter. How many states you can travel? You are free to travel. How many countries you are free to travel? How You call that as a freedom. Actually, the real freedom is ability to freely handle all the memories without getting agitated, angry, triggered, powerless, pained, frustrated. That's exactly, precisely freedom. Listen, all of you now sit casually. See, actually switch on the timer. Watch or timer. Switch it on. Sit casually. How many seconds you are able to sit without getting irritated or agitated by some memory, something inside, without getting powerless? See, powerlessness, pain, agitation, irritation, without having any of the trigger, reaction. How many seconds you are able to sit, just see, and then put your timing now. Put your freedom minute, the freedom unit in minute. Let's see. Let's measure each one's freedom. To understand this freedom, then you will be able to understand the Pusalar Nayanar story. The great Nayanar who built Shiva temple in his inner space, for which Paramashiva attended, rejecting the stone temple built outside by the king of Pallava Vamsa. Pallava king built a huge stone temple. Shiva told, your Kumbhabhishekam, you postpone it because I have to attend the Pusalar's Kumbhabhishekam, who built temple in his inner space. If you understand this concept of freedom based on minute, and that Pusalar Nayanar will be able to, Paramashivam decided to go to Pusalar Nayanar's inner temple. See, sometimes when you hear me talking about Arunagiri Yogeshwara, my relationship with Arunagiri Yogeshwara, how I had the initiation into Paramadvaita, even if you don't agree with all my lifestyle theories, principles, you feel, I think this is possible. This is possible. Maybe this possibility is available even for me. Not only for him, even for me, it is available. It is possible. That clicks. Anything which clicks with you as part, that is your self-Maharloka. Listen. The part, the whole which you deny due to your self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial, SDHD, that personality, that identity, that self is the Swarga Loka, self of you. When I describe my higher past, if it clicks with you, I feel this is possible even for me. When I narrate about Arunagiri Yogeshwara, or my experience in Varanasi, or my experience in Arunachala, my experience Ganapati, of you feel, hey, this is possible even for me? I don't think he is lying there. He may be doing many things which I may understand, may not understand, but there, and he's not telling this possibility exists. Even I feel it is possible for me. How many of you click with those possibilities? Raise your hand. If it clicks with you, that personality, that self of you, which clicks with the higher possibility, is your identity, your self in Maharloka. Mahaloka. When you decide ferociously with a super determinism, will persistence to face your highest possibility which is clicking with you, you manifest yourself, you face yourself spontaneously in Maharloka. I tell you, when I heard the story of Nambiyandar Nambi feeding Ganapati, I had the glimpse of my possibility of same. And I ferociously decided to face my possibility and manifested Maharloka here by facing my identity, myself in the Maharloka, and fed Ganapati. Ganapati ate. Ganapati ate from Nithyananda of Maharloka, not from Nithyananda of Bhuloka as you think. Finally, all 14 Loka Nithyananda merged into this Nithyananda as per when Ganapati was eating, he was eating from the Nithyananda of Maharloka. Nithyananda, address, Makarloka, Maharloka. Nithyananda who stays in Mahaloka, from his hand Ganapati ate. Not the Nithyananda whose rest is. The beauty is the Tiruvannamalai is such an amazing cosmic airport. You can just beautifully slip, go up, come down very smoothly. The whole ecosystem's chemistry is that. Nithyananda staying camped at Mahaloka, fed Mahaganapati. So understand that. At the age of 3, when I tried to connect with him, I did not have a formal initiation. I heard the story of Ganapati eating food of Nambiyandar Nambi from one great Saiva Siddhanta preacher, Sri Selvakanapati. And one word which he uttered just got stuck in my inner space. That Nambiyandar Nambi calls Ganapati, Ganapati Paramborule. வந்து என் பூஜையை ஏற்று உண்ணமாட்டாயா Aya, that calling, the way Selvagana is such an amazing teacher and preacher. The way he described Mahaganapati Paramburule, that word just stuck in my heart. I came home and started doing the same. Of course, I did all my drama with Ganapati. I had many days playing with him, and it is not that day one he immediately ate. All that is different. All that I have described detailed 3-4 times in earlier satsangs. Please watch those satsangs to know the whole story. We have multiple times I have described the whole Mahaganapati Paramburule. To come and prasadam, nivedyam, understand? Described the earlier Sati 8 to me the Savi experience. He gave me such powerful experience of Nityatva. He opened the doors of Nityatva for me. It is such an extraordinary, eternal bliss. Listen. I am Nityatva dimension exists. Mahaganapati will open the dimension for all of us. Can call a simple prayer, Mahaganapati Paramburule. It means that, O Ganapati, the ultimate existent force. Burule means
Brandon, so beautifully, Swami explained to all of us about the existence of Maharloka, how Maharloka exists, the largest universe, the large universe exists, and what are the qualities of it, how it is existing. All of this Swamiji explained to us so beautifully, clearly. Now, let us have a quick recap, and then we'll give you a few minutes when you all can post your questions and ask your questions. Right. Now let's get started on it. I also highly recommend that every one of you carry, always have your phone or something where you keep taking notes of these powerful cognitions you're getting and post it. That will really help you in making sure when you, especially when you post it somewhere and make it like a declaration, it will help integrate you and help all these cognitions. And now I have a quick recap of what we all just learned. Now we learned about how Maha is the largest universes exist much higher than Sargaloka. Higher level beings go here. Beings that don't have self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial, all of them go to Maharloka. Bring more and more peace inside you. More and more Maharloka will open up. When you decide ferociously with the super determinism, will persistence to face your highest possibility, which is clicking with you, you manifest yourself. You face yourself in Maharloka. Now, what look at do the PE emission in Swamiji's brain, and this is where this experiment is conducted by Dr. R. Murli Krishna, a very, very, very well-known scientist in Oklahoma City, USA. He's the CEO of Integris Mental Health, and this happened in summer 2004. Where he reports, first, the dominant hemisphere of Swamiji's brain was more than 90% shut down. It was as if Swamiji's brain had packed up and gone on a vacation. It was quiet and still, completely at peace. And Swamiji had made it so at will. Like whenever, like the Shanta in you gets deeper, literally your brain will be at your control. Actually, here he further goes on to say how Swamiji at will, like actually you cannot entirely shut down your brain. And it's normally normal activities. And the doctors and scientists are completely shocked because they have never seen something like this before. And they saw that Swamiji's brain was on and off, and Swamiji is using just the frontal lobe. Like usually we all like the back part of a brain, like there's a place on part of our brain where when you as like the animals use this for all their day-to-day activities. And from this, when we respond, consciousness. And it's very difficult for people to operate just from third eye. I'm sure that Swamiji's, this lobe of the brain was computer, and it off and on at will. Or more about later, and it's to internalize. Even just once, broken. Swami, he told me, so I'll listen to him and break this pattern. With the feeling connection with Swamiji, if you've broken even one pattern, with this powerful cognition, when one pattern has broken, you are qualified to experience Maharloka. How many of you here have at least broken like one pattern like this? Like for example, it can be you became a vegetarian. How many of you here have dropped meat just because of your connection with Swamiji? Just Swamiji said and you dropped meat. Like now you don't have of meat and how many put in the chat? Shane Dennis, I think I have. Yes, I see some of you raising your hands. Samuel, you need to put it in the chat. Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, who else? Who else were able to drop meat? Because this is something that I've seen like so many people do. The moment you're connected to Swamiji, you'll just drop meat. Uh, I did that once. Yeah, even if, see, not just, I'm not asking only like the moment you saw Swamiji, you dropped it. No, no. At any time, just because of the powerful cognition Swamiji is given, if you have dropped meat, you can tell. Sound is not clear. Nithyananda, sorry, please give me a moment.
Understand, when you decide, when you make the decision in your inner space, to start experiencing, to start manifesting that space of completion. The moment you decide and drop, that's all matters. The moment you make a conscious decision, your inner space has the ability to process, to create the reality as you want. Now, every one of you that are sitting here, decide with in your inner space ferociously, make a ferocious decision in you. Anytime you have resistance to uh, process information in your inner space, when you Maharloka space, that inside of you, it is just so beautifully the whole process happens, such that you are able to process large amount of information in your inner space. Even if one pattern, Swamiji has told me he will do it. Your inner space will be expanding. You are qualified to experience Maharloka. Even one pattern. Now take a few minutes, write down 5 major problems, issues, patterns you are facing in life, and tell me the powerful call to break these patterns. The exact same thing. Swamiji has told, he is Paramashivam. When he is ordained, he will
Slowly, you can relax from the intense space of internalization. Now we're going to be entering into the power manifestation session. I request everyone to settle down, get ready for this power manifestation that we're going to be doing today. The very powerful power, we touched upon it yesterday in the beginning, the power of quantum. We're going to be able to hold a amount of information, able to grasp a large amount of information. So we started it off yesterday, but we had to finish a little early. Today, let's all manifest this power of quantum information. So as I was saying, Swamiji reveals that our brain has the capacity to hold up to 240 shiploads of information. That's literally the actual capacity that each one of us have, even without the third eye, to hold information. But Swamiji is initiating us through the power of the third eye to be able to hold any amount of information in our brain. Once Swamiji came to the Gurukul, and I've actually heard this sharing from so many people, and I've witnessed it myself, that at many situations, when Swamiji is asked about some books, especially this is seen in when Swamiji will ask for some book, and they look for it, or they'll be taking that book. Swamiji will give the shelf number, and the book description of where exactly the book is, and all we have to do is go and pick it out. I think this incident has been shared to you many times, and I've also heard this from so many people, and I've physically witnessed how Swamiji, he says it's not that he's doing it's because it's happening, or it is because being itself. That is our capacity. We have been taught that we cannot do it. That's the only thing. That from a small age we have been taught that we have to do one after another. In first grade, I learned my first grade syllabus. In second grade, I learned, and only in these grades I can go to the 10th grade and pass my 10th standard. This is what we're all taught, right? But for example, me, myself, being brought up in Nithyananda Gurukul since the age of 7 years old, I wrote my 12 years old with variation. And it's much time on my previous studies either. We were doing various programs with Swamiji, different activities. But just 3 months of studying, 3 months itself is a stretch. I would have maybe studied for 2 weeks if you actually see the intensive studying that I did. But I was able to easily pass my 10th board exams. How? Because we are not material beings. Swamiji says human being having a divine experience, being having a human experience. That's all. So when you look at it, we see the charging of our phones, right? So when you charge your phone, you have one plug plug in your phone, it charges one phone, it charges the next phone, twice, one by one. But if you look at how the nature functions, photosynthesis itself happens at a quantum level. Each and every leaf, the sun rays, each and every particle within the leaf get the sun rays at the exact same time and make it happen. Just imagine if the sun rays had to fall on one leaf after another leaf after another leaf to make the photosynthesis happen and make the whole plant function. Like how we do with our phones and our tablets, we have to charge once, then we have to charge it again. Imagine if that was what is happening. We would literally not have the nature as we know it. But because nature, even you as a being, you don't have to work with one after another. One knowledge, one information, to get the next information. The truth is, the reality is, within information, the entire thing is already there. As Swamiji says, Arunagiri Yogeshwara will just utter one word, but petabytes and petabytes get downloaded. That is how Dakshinamurti teaches. That is because of this thing, where it's all the information is contained within that one word, holographically, fractally imprinted within that one word. In a quantum level. So now all of us are going to be accessing this quantum nature of ourselves to make them happen. Shastra Pramana, power of quantum memory, which is from the Sarvajnanottara, verse 15. Evamekatma bhavena samsthitasya tu yoginaha sarvajñatvam pravarteta vikalparahitas. This is actually on Paramashivam to about the greater science of life, how to witness the Paramashiva within yourselves. And it's such a powerful verse where Paramashiva is revealing about how we have to get rid of all the differentiating notions. When we come to that space of absolute non-dual oneness, that ekat, that is when the whole power manifestation happens. And then we have the power of Sarvajñatva gets unfolded, all knowing gets fullness. As a apta, beautiful incident from the life of Rishi Ashtavakra. I think we had touched upon this yesterday also, how just from the womb of his mother, he was able to repeat the entire Vedas by listening it from his grandfather and corrected his father, which his father felt insulted by, caused him to have 8 bends in his body. But the power that being able to memorize the Vedas womb. We also see this in the life of Abhimanyu. For all of those who have read Mahabharata, you will see that when Abhimanyu was in his mother's womb, Subhadra's womb, Krishna will be describing the whole Chakravyuha formation, which is a type of war formation. And Abhimanyu will be actually listening and would have learned it from his mother's womb. And then he will, but the thing is, war formation, he does not listen to leave the war formation, Mahabharata, grasp it from within the womb itself. That is the capability to hold a large amount of information that we all have. So now let us enter into the manifestation of this power. We are going to be projecting a set of words for all of you on screen. Okay? As the words are being projected, you're going to listen very carefully. You're not going to try to remember it. It's very important. You're not trying to use your capability of it. You're going paramashivoham to you. It's already at and gaining the information. So when the words are being flashed on screen for you, look at it through all your 3 eyes. Let your awareness be on your 3rd eye. You can keep your 2 eyes open also and watch it. But let your awareness completely be on your 3rd eye. The space of pure, do not allow any other thoughts to also don't engage in it. In that unclutched space, you are Paramashiva, you are Swamiji. And chant. Are we all ready for this? Can I have a yes from everyone in the chat if you are ready to manifest this power? And then at the end, you're going to be typing down what are all the words that you were able to grasp. And then you will we'll share the answers, okay? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of yeses. Let's start. Let's have the words now projected, which you're all going. Now, through your third eye, just go through, scan each and every word that is on screen. It will be on only for a few seconds. Just read through the whole thing once. And you're going to reproduce it through the third eye in the same order. Okay. Now you're going to now 2 minutes. Everyone, let's have a few to just recollect through the third eye. How when you do the blindfold reading, when you do the body scanning, the same way you're going to consciously scan. What are all the words that were projected? Now I want all of you to understand you're not doing something impossible. It's possible for each and every one of us as per science itself. We see that when people are put into a certain brainwave state to things that normally we into. For example, the number of every plate on the street 3 days ago, or they had to go on the exact same day. This kind of precise information is actually stored within the brain. But what you are doing now is not just going into some altered brainwave state or trying to grasp something that has already happened. No. You're connecting to the cosmic archives. That fabric of time and space, which contains all the information by itself, which is holographic in nature, and you're going to type down whatever Paramashiva reveals through your third eye. You're just going to whatever Paramashiva reveals and type it down exactly like that. So can I request all the participants, you can start typing down. Type it as a list of all the words in the order, in the exact order. Okay. As you're doing Chanta Mahavakya, connect to Swamiji, sit as Paramashiva. There are so many beautiful giving. Sit as himself, the days that he goes into, is embodying Veerabhadra. See, at that point, when Swamiji is sitting as Somaskandar, as Kalabhairava, he is physically becoming Kalabhairava. The same way, now physically become Swamiji and sit for the manifestation. Okay. Now, let's verify the answers. You can all go through your list that you posted and verify throughout. I'll just read out the words and you can go through your list and verify. You can post how many you got right and how many you got right in the exact same order. That will be very good. Ma Vimala Rambia, no issues smart. See, if you're not saying, oh, I'm not remembering it in sequence, don't pay attention to that. Just write down whatever Paramashiva is revealing. Okay? So the words are web, brother, service, yoga, collage, bright, river, acorns, wardrobe, update, puppy, lotion, lamp, concern, painted, hills, and towel. So these are the words. See, right in sequence. You can just please and post. We will have another word, another round now in a few seconds. So can you all just take it 2-3 minutes and verify back whatever we had written down? See, if you're feeling like, oh, I'm not able to remember anything, only 2-3 words are coming, we have to clearly understand. Now itself, the very fact that you remember shows that Paramashiva is there within you. See, you cannot say, oh, this, for example, a cup is in front of you. You cannot say the cup has a memory, right? The cup is not going to remember anything. You remember the cup. But it's not like the cup every time you pick it up. Oh, I know, you had some juice from me 3 days ago. It's not going to tell you that, right? Actually, your body itself is that. Paramashiva, in that it is the item. Every object is a reflection of Paramashiva, but the frequency at which it is vibrating differs. The frequency of consciousness that you are is the high frequency of consciousness. When you raise that frequency is when you really manifest as Swamiji. So Bhiktiva's man the ability to remember itself. So don't feel like, oh, I'm not remembering it. I'm not remembering in sequence. I'm not doing anything. The very reality you are seeing is Paramashiva's manifestation. Okay? So now let's have the next round projected on screen for all of us to start manifesting. We have a few more words this time, which we're all going to be scanning. And remember, only Paramashiva is manifesting anything, even if who is me, this body matter. Paramashiva, alive being. If the consciousness can understand this hand, if this consciousness has the ability to remember itself, why not remember anything that is there? It is only Paramashiva who is doing it. Just look through all your 3 eyes in the unclutching and write down, grasp through your 3 eyes whatever Paramashiva is revealing. That's all. That's all. Take a few minutes now to write down whatever Paramashiva revealed to you. I request everyone now to start penning down. Again, go back to this space. Whether it happens or not, whether you're feeling I'm getting it right or not, remember it is all Paramashiva's manifestation. It is up to him. What he wants to manifest, he will do it. What he doesn't want to, he won't. Let it be up to him. All you are going focus on is experiencing Him in every cell of your body. Don't focus on what is manifesting or not. The manifestation is just to check, verified. It's just to have as a side effect. But the only thing we need to do is powerful cognition. That cognition shift, experiencing Paramashiva and celebrating power manifest job. So you can write down, post in the chat. Can I request all of you to start posting it? Is projected. So the ship, hungry, pride, power, true, dear, flood, evil, tablet, love, creation, bangle, garden, coal, forest, patience, leader, shining, story, loyalty, world, forgiveness, quest, water, destiny, banished, brother, animal, story, queen, amaze, bless, crows, and fire. Go through your list and note whatever Paramashiva revealed to you, how much it is matching now with the words that are on screen, and in what order is it revealed to you. Whatever happening, even in the experience, you felt the Kundalini, you're able to clearly see many times, whether it's correct or not, you're able to clearly grasp that Paramashiva is really showing you what is appearing. Something is appearing in your third eye which is beyond your logic. All of this also you can share, you can post. That's all manifestation itself. Yes, now you can post in the chat. You can all post on your answers. I see many people posting the answers, having 5, 6, 7 words. The more and more we go through it, the more and more we get comfortable, the more and more power manifestation happens. See, actually, power manifestation itself does not take. It is just that to make the cognition shift happen is all the time takes. Power manifestation is just one cognition shift. Within 3 seconds, the shift of the cognition manifests powers. The time that we spend is nothing but to get the shift. What we are having through the various sessions, Swamiji, when we're all for that shift, which will then in life. One more thing is, it's not that the power manifestation we are doing is just some power, some trick, or anything like that. It is a way to live your entire life itself. Like now, grasping large amounts of information, it. When you have to keep it, you'll immediately. It's like the example of a For example, you're teaching a kid, a 5-year-old kid or a 7-year-old kid about gravity. Now, when you're describing gravity, you may say that, see, this is a ball, and I throw the ball, it falls back to the earth, right? It does not go up. That is what is the effect of gravity. But teaching the kid gravity so that he can play ball, you're teaching the kid gravity so that he can use it in his day-to-day life, so that he can understand the very fundamental nature of it. It's about understanding how the universe functions and using that in your life. That is what is power manifestation. Now, we'll be entering into the next session on the most powerful initiation from Swamiji, the initiation, where we're going to be getting full initiation self, getting the right call whenever you want. This is literally Paramashiva's personal cell phone number you're going to be getting through the Vishesha Deeksha. Let's now listen to the higher powerful cognitions that Swamiji has revealed on Vishesha Deeksha.
Actually, the Vishesha Deeksha is fundamentally initiating you into power manifestation and opening the doors of KAILASA for you. That's literally the Vishesha Deeksha. Receiving Vishesha Deeksha. Vishesha Deeksha is 4 reasons why it is so important. First, it directly opens your personal connection with Paramashiva and KAILASA space. Second, you are initiated into all the power manifestation signs. Third, you have personal, intimate version of Paramashiva, Atma Linga for yourself. Fourth, unimaginable benefits, health, spiritual, everything starts with this you superconscious breakthrough. The action now I am supposed to perform, I do not know whether the Acharyas read out Somasambhu to you. The action I am supposed to perform now from Madaganda and putting it in them. Read out the whole thing. Then they will understand why Vishesha Deeksha. Unfortunately, people think Vishesha Deeksha means vegetarianism. That's all. No. Shaiva is not just Shaiva meal. Shaiva life is nothing but bringing you to oneness. For example, I give you my personal cell phone number. Tell you every day and on particular time, if you call me, I have a direct access to him. What are you going? Puja is giving you Sadashiva's personal cell phone number. He has committed to me, whoever I initiate. When you connect with him, he is committed to me, he will respond to you. I am authorized to give you his personal number. Puja is nothing but giving you the authorization to call him at particular time. And he has committed to me, he will respond to you. You can connect with him in oneness, and he has committed, he will respond to you. Understand? I am authorized. So, non-food is a human right. Being human itself is not right. If you want to evolve into the next level, don't eat poison. Siksha demands only one from you. Vegetarian, another one. Every day, at least 10 minutes, you need to bring yourself to the oneness with the puja. 10 minutes is too less time. It is not, it doesn't take more than 10 minutes, I know. It's too less time. Sadashiva is demanding to respond and keep your any other. People ask me, should I do this technique, that technique? Twisting the eye and looking here and blowing the nose, this corner, that corner. I don't give you any technique. I only ask, connect with him in oneness. 10 minutes a day. I think maximum it takes 11 minutes. Anybody who listens to my, you cannot compare, understand. Whether you paid some 5,000 and came for NKY or paid few lakhs and came for MSS, that is not going to decide whether you are going to continue to manifest power and live manifesting powers, whether you and aligning yourself to the oneness, that's all. Whatever is said and done, Vishesha Deeksha is something extraordinary. Literally the whole system. Listen, I'll repeat. Paramashiva is real and he is available now, here, for all of us. Keep the inner space and cognition. Listen carefully, I'll repeat. Whatever cognition is going to function, your inner image, outer image, others image, life image, all the four are defined carry this powerful cognition today. Paramashiva is real and is available. Build your inner image, outer image, others image, life image, and manifest powers. You will manifest all the powers. So, to remove your past karma of non-vegetarian, and I'll do it. Upasana is literally Samipya Mukti and Sarupya Mukti merges into Sayujya Mukti. Stand in prayer may start as Visishtadvaita, will evolve as Dvaita. It is prayer is the more powerful ultimate way of connect Paramashiva. Intense prayer. Intense prayer. Intense prayer. Intense prayer. When you, why do you bow down so much in front of the deities? And this is the secret. When you sit in oneness, you should know very clearly, even when I pray, I am you. When you are operating relative existence, you should know, you always be devoted. In reality, always be one. Understand duality is not ultimate. I am repeating again. Oneness is that. That does not mean in relative existence you will be arrogant. No. You will be humble. In existence, be humble. That is Sutta. In oneness, even when we pray, we are one with you. In relative existence, even when we are one with you, we are devoted to you. Be humble. Be devoted even to your own. I have to show to all. I cannot move the hand. I have to show all only. They ask, what is this, Swami? You are showing Aarti to your own photograph. What can I do? It is the symbolness. I am devoted. Even I bow down to. See, you have both component. Your oneness, Shuddhatvaita, and your relative existence, to which you are going to be, that is going to manifest in you more and more. That is going to be strengthened in you. KAILASA is the ultimate oneness. whoever experiences that decision in the core level nation for you, decide, continuously hold that conscious decision. You are Paramashiva, and tell Paramashiva, Mahadev, I know me. I invoke you with all my being. Please let your decision capacity manifest in my DNA and upgrade myself from the natural selection process to conscious decision process. You do anything consciously deciding Paramashiva. He is waiting to manifest in you the moment you decide him. Today, make this decision. Conscious, ultimate God, Paramashiva, manifest in me. I may not be educated about his identities, but that does not keep him away from me. My ignorance is no way interfering my invoking. I exists, which is ultimate, which is source of everything. So let that manifest in me. I am consciously deciding this is more than enough for you. It's not wait for a perfect. He is waiting for a conscious call. Understand? No 911 call can be a perfect. Hello, how are you? Are you doing well? How is your wife? And how is your father-in-law, daughter-in-law, mother-in-law? Asking to save. Paramashiva knows every call we make to him is a 911 call. He does not expect perfection. He expects consciousness. That's all. Natural selection. That is the way from a one cell, your supreme mechanism on the planet Earth, carrying us evolved. The consciousness from Paramashiva as a super consciousness, it descends, and you are both together. You are letting him manifest his quality of conscious decision, natural selection methodology. You can only select from any available possibility, and permutation combination of that. It will only lead to only growth, maximum good growth. That's all. But if you allow this conscious decision process of allegiance to Mahadeva, Paramashiva, Just the very declaration is enough, because he is waiting. He rushes into you, gushes into you. He just opens the floodgates and explodes into you. When your DNA decides to shift from natural selection to conscious decision, you manifest power. Because power manifestation is a breakthrough, not growth. Now what I am talking is real initiation. No words means. I'm a ferocious guy. Ferocious to mincing the words. I'm Shivagana. I don't know how to mince words. Understand? Declare your integrity to Paramashiva consciously and tell him, I really don't know how you look, your qualities, qualifications, but I know something superior exists, something ultimate exists, which is source for everything. Me, everything, our thought currents and whatever, this world, Shiva, that source is waiting to manifest itself in us for our decision of choosing him. Understand? A simple conscious decision can really from survival to conscious process, and your whole degraded, your whole degraded, your body, your internal organs, your intra organs, consciousness, your gets upgraded. It is like Parasbu. He starts beating your heart. He starts moving your blood. He starts functioning in your Jataragni intestine. He starts filling prana in your lungs. He starts moving your muscles with energy. He creates thought currents in your brain. He creates, he operates, he manifests. Methodology of conscious decision, not natural selection. This breakthrough is what is initiation. If you experience this breakthrough, you are called Dvija, initiated into Hinduism.
one of the most powerful, where Paramashiva tells you, come on, now you are officially initiated to be able to manifest the space of Paramashiva inside of you. That is Vishesha Deeksha. If I have to say, it's like Shiva Deekshas. So Shiva Deekshas has about, like, let's say 7 levels. I'm just getting confused with the number. 7 levels. And Vishesha Deeksha is the second level initiation. Acharya Abhishekam is the 7th and the last level initiation. So Vishesha Deeksha basically enables you to connect to Paramashiva, worship Paramashiva through puja. Is you connect to Paramashiva, to worship Paramashiva, and to offer puja to Paramashiva. That is what is Vishesha Deeksha. So Vishesha Deeksha is also pretty much like Shiva Deeksha, if I have to say. And there are just few more changes in the lifestyle that will come after the Vishesha Deeksha. So when you receive the Vishesha Deeksha, the women get the Yajnopavitam for right after you receive the initiation. So we'll take you all through what are the different changes in lifestyle that you'll have, and what are all the different things that you experience when you receive Vishesha Deeksha. So we'll be taking you all through that very briefly. Receive the Atma Linga along with initiation, and we all start doing the puja. It's just 7 minutes every day. First thing, you will perform of the Guru Paduka and the Atma Linga every day. Second, you will not partake any non-vegetarian. If you are receiving vegetarian, food is allowed. So every one of you, remember this, the moment you initiation, you're not supposed to have any non-veg. And next, when you receive the Vishesha Deeksha, right, the first thing that starts happening to you is you start experiencing Paramashiva manifesting in your inner space. Vishesha Deeksha is where when you leave the body, Paramashiva Gana is very powerful process, the very powerful initiation, where you will be experiencing Paramashiva's inner space manifesting inside of you. All of us, we all do the puja every day. But let's say you are sick, you are unable to travel. In that day, if you skip one day, next day, you have to do 2 times puja, which means no vegetarian restriction in that, and no restrictions on onion, garlic, or dairy products in Agama. So you can have that. But just one thing, I just want to make sure all of us are understanding it very clearly. See, onion and garlic is not restricted as such, which means if you take onion does not mean you lose the Vishesha Deeksha. If you take meat, if you consciously consume meat, alcohol, it means you are not eligible for Vishesha. So, your Deeksha. Onion and very beautiful. Onion put you in early morning be used for medicinal purposes. There are certain medicines you have to take using garlic. That is okay, but you should not consume garlic as we all consume, like part of a regular meal. No. Second, dairy products. The only reason being today, nowadays, in the dairy industries, the cows are being tortured. They are sent to slaughterhouses. So, just to make sure that the cows are safe, if you are sure that in a dairy farm, the cows are all being brought very happily and they are not being treated with violence, you can consume that milk. So it is not more like it is not for a non-veg perspective. No, it is vegetarian. It is part of our this thing. Yes, you have to make sure the cows, the source from which you get the milk, they should not be slaughtering the cows. They should not. The cows should not go to slaughterhouses. That's the only thing. Next, if by mistake you eat without realizing something contains egg or mushroom, immediately take haritaki powder and detox it from your system. Remove all the toxins sitting inside your system. Now, there are certain do's and don'ts the moment you get initiated into Vishesha Deeksha. First one, the initiated disciple should not abuse Paramashiva, the cosmos. He should not abuse the Shastras revealed by Paramashiva. He should not abuse the Acharya and the Shaiva Sadhakas, the seekers. He should not cross the shadow of Shivalinga. That person should not offer to Chandikeshwara. Chandikeshwara is the deity of Paramashiva. You will see in all the places, Shiva temples. So you should not eat the food kept to Chandikeshwara. And you should not cross the garlands offered to Chandikeshwara. You should not abuse the person who has received the Shiva Deeksha. And till the last breath, he should do puja to Shiva, Agni, and Acharya. The only people that exemption is given for is children, ignorant, old people, women, kings, or for sick. But even for that, please understand, even for this, as long as you are alive, you should do puja. It reminds me of a very beautiful incident that Swamiji tells from Swamiji's very own life. When Swamiji's grandfather, right, he was so sincere, even the day his body, he was almost like 80 or some, I forget the exact number, or something like 80s or 90s, 90 years old. And even on the last day, he was so sincere. He got up in the morning, went, showered, sat, he did the puja, went to office, came, did his evening anusthana, and he sat and left the body. That's how he left the body. It was such a graceful exit, Swamiji will say. Literally, it's in our blood and veins in Hindu tradition to do the puja. Nitya puja is part of everyone's life. Especially that you are initiated, you should make it a point to do puja every day. Puja should not be missed for any reason whatsoever. You can do the puja, let's say, like sometimes there are like extremely unavoidable circumstances, like you would, on those days, it is fine for you to skip. If you're not able to do the puja, you can do it the next day. But even for that, Swamiji will say, if you do not have anything at all, like water, and hold the Atmalinga and offer it to Atmalinga, even that puja you have to do. But do puja every day without missing. So far, are all of you clear? Do any of you have any doubts? Okay, if you're all clear, can you all put yes in the chat? Just want to make sure we're all understanding. How many of you are receiving the Vishesha Deeksha today? Pankaj Kankaraya, no, you will be initiated today. Today. So you're asking if you're already initiated. You will be initiated today. So today during the program, Swamiji will be initiating us into the Vishesha Deeksha, and you will also be receiving that initiation. Are all of you clear? In this room, I request all the male bodies to post. Yes, thank you, Shane Dennis. See, you should not, please understand, non-veg is not allowed, but milk and mushroom is part of non-veg. Mushroom is coming under in the non-veg category. So yes, it does count in non-veg. Okay, Arjun Ravishankaraya, I'm sorry, I'm just seeing your message requesting me to go back to the onion garlic slide. But are you clear now? Did it help? And Tejasvi Aya, Nithyanandam, Tejasvi Aya, which place are you joining from? Nithyanandam, nice to see you sitting here. I can't hear you, sorry. Just if you could please type it in the message, because there are multiple rooms together, so we may not be able to hear you. So you all can have onion, garlic, that is okay. I mean, in the agamas itself, it is not restricted, but Swamiji's personal recommendation for all of his disciples, his Adinavasis and sannyasis, Swamiji has told no onion, no garlic, because onion and garlic causes early morning depression. They are even in Ayurveda. Please understand, as per Bhaga Shastra and Ayurveda, it is used as a medicine purpose. Like when garlic and all, when you have cold, cough, or some particular ill use, garlic as medicine. It can be used as medicine, used as a daily food. They cause early morning depression.
Exactly. And one more important thing is this lifestyle is recommended for us for the best possible superconscious mutation. Understand? Okay, Ma Saroj Aplish is asking, Ma, please clarify the issue of yeast. Yeast is not allowed. See, yeast contains pain biomemory. It has the muscle memory. Sorry, it has a muscle memory of pain. The yeast will therefore carry the suffering, and when you consume it, it will carry that karma. But for program participants, it's recommended to not eat, but it's not strictly. But none of us consume yeast in any form. We do not consume yeast. Even what you call as nutritional yeast, I have heard, all those we don't consume. Ma Yogignana Rupini is asking, Ma, can we drink rasam which contains garlic and onion? That's what, Ma, see. Garlic, there are special recipes, specific aushadas, where Swamiji himself will recommend. Except for those, it is recommended to avoid onion and garlic completely from your diet. But this is, again, not a restriction. According to Agamas, there is no mention of not to eat garlic or onion. But personally, Swamiji tells his disciples to completely avoid onion and garlic in your food. We made without onion or garlic. That's what we all drink in Kailasa. All right. Now, all of you take a few minutes and
yes. And I also see Teja Karnataka. Very nice. First time? Are you here for the first time, or have you attended programs before? If you could just give a little bit of an introduction about yourself. Because I know if it's first time, you'll be like, there are so many new things being discussed, so we'll just help you understand it better. Yes, Sanjay Oriya, yeah, correct. You're saying you're vegetarian, you never knew mushrooms are non-veg. Yes, because they have pain receptors in them. See, non-veg is things that have pain, that can cognize pain, experience pain, and understand. When we all consume non-veg, when you are going to consume, the hen is not going to say, oh, thank you so much, eat me, become very healthy, let you get all nutritions. No, it is going to go through a lot of suffering. It is going to pain, and that pain is stored in its muscles. Stress, all those hormones are stored in its muscles, and when you consume that muscles, all that gets transmitted to you. So that's why. So anything that receives pain, you should not have. It's also karma. And Tejasvi Hedge, yes, from first time you're attending, you're wonderful. Just be here, and there may be so many things that are very new for you, but you will learn so many things that will benefit in your life. Just spend time, and you can feel free to ask questions. Any questions that you don't understand, please feel free to ask, understand, and you can experience the benefits. Also come every day. Okay, as much as possible attend. I know it's night time for you, and it's going to be a little difficult for you to manage, but every day be here, ask questions, and anything you have doubts, interact and understand, because Swamiji has provided a best gift through this, through Paramashivoham. So don't miss, and sit here. And if you're saying you'll do Mahavakya daily, that's wonderful. Do it every day and just sit here, be available. You will see all the daily things that you do, your health, relationships, everything will have a breakthrough just by you being here and learning and imbibing these cognitions. Okay, great. All right. So now I'm going to give you all a few minutes to all those who have not yet received Vishesha Deeksha. Please take a few minutes. You all can sign.
The program. So in the day one, if you remember, we learned about, like we all offered flowers on the mandala, and Swamiji had blessed us, initiated us. The day one, if you had attended the program and took the initiation, that initiation is Shiva Deeksha level 1. All those who have attended level 1 or level 2. Go ahead now and sign up. We'll give you all a few minutes.
Yes. Now, after understanding about Vishesha Deeksha, we are all going to be manifesting the powers now. That very space of installing Paramashiva in us. That is what we are all receiving today. The thing is, what Swamiji is doing is he's awakening that natural, that I am Paramashiva, that thing within us. See, we all have a contact with Paramashiva. It is only after the initiation of the Guru we realize that is there. And all of us with this initiation now, we can manifest powers. Now we are going to be doing a power of Akashic readings. Can I have all of you? How many of you are ready to start the power manifestation? You can just post a yes in the chat. How many of you are ready to start manifesting? We're going to be doing the power of Akashic readings. And in this round, you're going to be identifying some detail about a person. So the first round, all of you, I will be giving you a question about me. Yes, okay, I see many yeses coming in the chat. Thank you. I will be giving you one question about myself, and you're going to scan and answer that. See, with Akashic readings, the most important thing is Paramashiva is directly showing it to you. You're directly accessing that plane of Maharloka, that cosmic archives. And it is that cosmic archives which Kalabhairava is the holder of, he's the keeper of. And in living incarnation, Swamiji himself has authorized you now to access that cosmic archive. So now, because it is through Swamiji, through the supercomputer of the incarnation himself, your PC is accessing the information of the whole cosmos. What you're going to do is take a picture, an Atma Murti, if you have, that will be the best, the Atma Murti printed and cut out. You can have the Atma Murti. So I request all of you can quickly get your Atma Murti and keep it in front of you. If you have any Aushadas, you can apply the Aushada on your two temples and on your third eye, and on for the Atma Murti also. Ananjana, you can apply it on your under your two eyes and for this. Okay? So let's all take a few seconds to prepare, and once we are all done, we can say yes, done. In your Atma Murti and kept any Aushadas, no regular photo, any photo of Swamiji, through which you are going to be seeing the Akashic records, the cosmic archives. So once we are ready, let's post done in the chat, okay? The most important power is you're going to be seeing it on the Atma Murti. So an Atma Murti is completely necessary. If you do not have the official Atma Murti, you can keep any photograph, any image, any form in front of you for the manifestation. Yes, ready. Okay. Now, when I give you, you're going to understand that Swamiji has given you the access. You're going to only look at it from that context. I only have to fill in, join the remote virtual desktop, the supercomputer called Swamiji. He has given me the password, he has given me the access. That is what you're doing to chant the Mahavakya. First, you go into the unclutching space, disconnect from whatever you're already connected to. Chant the Mahavakya, raise your frequency, hold the feeling connection and connect back into that laptop. Now, through all your three eyes, you're going to look at the Atma Murti. And remember, you don't have to do anything now. You're relaxing from doing. That is the most important part. It's like your natural state is Paramashivam, our deep sleep, which every being in the world, despite how many sufferings they're going through, despite how many pains they're going through, everyone goes to win a lottery, your job into this natural state. The space of Samadhi, of manifesting powers, of Paramashiva is nothing different from your deep sleep. Just that you are aware. Your consciousness has penetrated that. That's all. Are we all understanding? So now you're going to be bringing back that space of, but with pure awareness. If you can sleep deeply with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line without falling, without moving, you are in Samadhi. You can understand it like this. That is what we are all going to be doing now. For this round of manifestation, you will keep all your three eyes pinned on Swamiji. It will appear very clearly in golden letters. So let's all start on the Atma Murti. Whatever appears in the colors, numbers, whatever appears on the Atma Murti is what you're going to be typing down as your answer. So the question which I have for all of you is, which is the school that I studied my first standard in? Okay. I joined Gurukul when I was 7 years old. So I had completed my first standard before I joined Nithyananda Gurukul. What is the name of the school that I studied my first standard in? You can also scan where the school is. Okay. So can I request all of you to start the scanning? Chant Mahavakya. Connect to Swamiji intensely. Let him flow through you. And whatever appears in the Atma Murti, type it down. So we'll have a quick round now. Now you're going to be doing with me, and after this, you're going to connect to a partner and do the same manifestation. So first, you're going to be scanning which school did I study my first grade classes, my first standard. Which school did I study and where was that school? Let's all start. Chant Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Look into the Atma Murti with all your three eyes. Become completely empty. Let Paramashiva flow through you and scan which school and where did Ma Shambhava study her first grade? Just ask this question to Swamiji. Kalabhairava himself will open that cosmic archives and reveal the answer to you now. Intensely connect to Swami. Let him reveal whatever he wants to you now. See, when the answers are coming up, if it seems unrelated, if it's not making sense to you, just type it down exactly as Paramashiva reveals. Okay? Let there not be any interference from your ideas of what it may be. Just scan. And the name of the school that I studied my first standard. Okay, Ma Mahagupta has started posting the answers. You can all post as you're scanning.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
it was, and the name of the school I studied my first grade in.
Paramashivoham. Nithyananda. Paramashivoham. Nithyananda. Paramashivoham. Nithyananda. Paramashivoham.
Krista, Edmund, I see you're actually posting. Yesterday I had seen, I didn't get it. So you were saying that when you just sit and do the process, you don't see the exact answers. Am I right, Ma Krista? Is that not the question you had asked yesterday? You can just acknowledge it once. Yes. So actually, I wanted to clarify that, Ma. See, when you get that answer in that fraction of a second, it's always correct. Many times when we're doing the power manifestation and the Guru, etc., before the full question has been asked, the answer will come up. So it's the click that happens. It happens instantaneously. See, at the fact, it's perfectly alright. We give this time so that everybody who is there, for them also to have that click. But having it at the of a second is the way manifestation most of the time happens. We see that a scientific reason, 5 to 7 seconds, see something, your brain has already perceived it. It's very weird. It's like they did an experiment. They had an image flashing on the screen, and they had a QEG measuring or press a button. Even before the image was actually flashed on the screen, their brain registered that the image had changed. You know, the electrical signals that changes, it changed, and then the image was flashed on screen, and then they perceived it. So when we're looking through our third eye, many times we're actually tapping into that micro part of our brain, that milliseconds before which we actually perceive it. Okay, now I'll tell all of you the answer. We can all finish posting. I see Jaipur, California, Boston, Bangalore, Saraswati, St. Anne's. Okay. States. Okay, I see many answers coming up. Is anyone else left to post? Chinmaya with modern building, white with tall spires, much like a British or Spanish building. Okay, Ma Sadashivamayi. Madonna, big city in Singapore, capital city, a private school. I see Chu Hong, could be a street name. Okay. Okay, I'll tell you the answer. So, Madonna, you got it right. I did study in Singapore. My first grade I did in Singapore. That's perfect. I saw someone had posted Chinmaya Vidyalaya. And actually, during the time, I was also attending the Chinmaya Mission Balvihar classes. So, I did not do my first grade in. At the same time, I was actually attending the various once a week the Chinmaya Balvihar classes, which they conduct. So, that is right. The name of the school was actually NPS, International School. So N for not, P for person, and S for school. National Public School. So it's kind of a conflicting name, but that was the name of the school. It's an Indian-based school in Singapore. Madonna, you had said big capital city. That would be right because Singapore has only, it is the city name. The whole is a city. And I'm not too sure name. So maybe you could Google it up and find out. The name of the school is NPS International School, National Public School International School. It's an Indian-based school which was there in Singapore. So that was what I had attended. Okay. So now all of you manifested. Now you're going to connect to a partner and do the same manifestation. Are we all ready? Ma Hongli Wang, you also saw Singapore. That's so beautiful. Now, take a few minutes and connect to a partner and do the exact, okay? Manifestation phenomenon, it's a reaction. Swamiji says that spiritual power is not like an apple. If one person gets 2 pieces, if there's an apple cut into 4 pieces, one person gets 1 piece, 4 people will each get one piece each. Swamiji says it's not even like electricity, where if there is 220 volts coming in, all the 10 people who touch it will get 220 volt electrical shock. Swamiji says it is beyond that itself. If there is 220 volts coming in and 20 people are touching it, each person will get 220 multiplied. That is the energy that comes. As it, every one of our manifestation amplifies by the number of people sitting and manifest. So let's do it. Let's start. You can connect to a partner. Ask them for any detail. Maybe it can be their favorite color, their favorite place, a school they went to, a vacation they went to, any detail that had happened in their past. It should be verifiable and you're going to scan it.
Nithyananda Paramashivam Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Ananda Paramashivoham. Om Ananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Shivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Shivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Ananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.